Welcome back to the 9th episode of Trevian Sport Spotlight. I'm Lily Long.
And I'm Lauren Sullivan.
And today we're joined with New Trier Boys Baseball for a mid-season recap. They are currently 18-5 and are first in conference.
Today we're here with captains Caden Carpenter, Henrik Conneff, Ben Toft, Zach Perchik, and Trey Myers. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Morning, guys.
Thank you.
As you guys reach the midpoint of your season, how do you assess your performance so far, and what areas are you focused on improving?
So far I think this team has grown a lot. Kind of coming into the season, it's a pretty new team. We have 18 new guys and only really 2.5, 3 returning starters. So we've gone through a lot. We've worked really hard to get where we're at, and I'm really proud of how this team has worked so far.
Yeah, I definitely think we had our ups and downs. Obviously, we've had some losses that don't really reflect us as a team, but I think we've grown a lot and learned from that and progressed. And I think where we're at right now is a really good spot for us.
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the season, the wins and losses were kind of like we were still kind of gelling together as a team, and we would lose some games that we shouldn't have lost, and won games that we should win and whatnot. But I think that as the season's gone on, those wins have gotten more consistent, and the team's kind of started to gel better together, and the chemistry is kind of increasing. So
This year, you guys have a new coach and 18 new players, which you already touched on. How has that changed the team dynamic so far this season?
Yeah, Dusty as the new head coach, I think he's done a great job so far. Practices have been a lot more efficient, I feel like, this year. All the guys love each other. We don't really have any problems on the team. Our team chemistry is great. Like I said, the guys love each other. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think Dusty's been doing a great job. I've known Dusty for quite some time now, so I've always had that sort of relationship with him. So having him as my head coach I think is really good for not only me but like the whole team as well. He's just he's a good guy, not just a good coach. So I think that is really important as well.
He's also young and personable, so we can relate to him more, which is nice for players getting one-on-one coaching and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice kind of being able to text him and talk to him, kind of he knows the lingos of kids our age, and we can kind of bond with them better. So he's great.
Yeah, love Dusty.
Earlier this season, you guys traveled to St. Louis and Arizona for competition. What was that experience like overall? And specifically in Arizona, how did you feel? How did the level of play out west compare to what you're facing throughout Illinois?
I think kind of starting with the St. Louis games, both of those games we started down in those games. The other teams got early leads, and we were able to come back and win both. And I think that kind of showed us and showed our coaches and showed other teams who we are as a team, that even if we start off slow, we're never out of the game. We can always come back. And Arizona, I think the level of competition surprised us a little bit. I think we were expecting more, but I think also at the same time, we started off slow against some teams that we could have really easily beaten, and we did end up beating them, but kind of it showed us that our starts need to be faster right out of the gate, things like that.
There's some good talent down in Southern Illinois and obviously Arizona. They can play baseball year round, but we were right there with them. We got some wins. We lost one game in Arizona, but we won both games in St. Louis. So these guys are good, but we're also a really good team, and it's really nothing we can't handle. Honestly, we did a really good job in the off season preparing for this type of thing. So
yeah, I think those early games, all early games, were served as a good base and foundation for seeing what we need to work on in practice, kind of moving forward. And those games were really important in kind of helping us, improve kind of as a newer team. Like you guys said, we have 18 or so returning or non-returning players, so those were really good for development.
Mm-hmm.
Next, what's one piece of advice you'd give your freshman year self starting your baseball career at New Trier?
A piece of advice I'd give myself as a freshman would just trust the coaches. I mean, they always have a plan for you since your freshman year. They always kind of plan out your path when you make the team.
Mm-hmm.
So I say just trust your coaches that you'll get your opportunities, and you just got to make the most of your opportunities, and just overall just have fun. Like baseball's the game of life, and it teaches you a lot.
Yeah, piggybacking on Carp, I think my advice was just to be, especially as a freshman, to have fun. I think a lot of people, probably around all the high schools around here, kind of fail to realize that it's a game and that it's supposed to be fun, and that, when we first started playing baseball as kids, we were like, I'm playing because it's fun. I'm playing because it's a really fun game and I enjoy playing it. So if you're having fun, you're able to play more freely, you're able to play more up to your potential and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think playing with the main purpose of having fun is really important.
Henrik, you got anything?
Or Trey. Henrik or Trey.
Yeah, I think it's all just about having fun.
Yeah, definitely.
That's kind of like you guys both said, Carp and Ben. That's really all that there is to it.
Yeah, you think there might be anything different though for you? Like just for any
coming in hot.
No, just for there's if people want to know some advice.
Yeah, I think if you're
I got one.
You got to really love it to succeed. I feel like you got to be able to be willing to spend hours upon hours of time that another person may not want to spend.
Yeah.
Outside of practice.
Yeah.
I would tell my freshman year self to get in the gym and lift a lot, because that's really what separates good players from great players is the gym. It's the little things. So being consistent in there from a younger age.
Consistency is the key part.
All right.
Gotta be consistent.
It seems like we have some inspirational quotes going on.
Yeah. I would tell my freshman year self that summer camp going into freshman year is probably the most important start to your high school baseball career. Mm-hmm. And I think I failed to realize that. I thought it was more like a fun camp, kind of, just playing around, not really taking it too seriously. And I think that kind of got me off to a slow start in high school, but then I kind of realized my situation. But I would definitely tell my freshman year self to lock in for that summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
As seniors, and this season being your last, what are moments from the season you'll miss the most?
I would say just having dinner with the team on during the weeks. We got our little carb fest. So hanging out with the team, spending time with guys is definitely something I'm gonna miss the most.
Yeah, I think I've played baseball with some of these guys since third grade, and it's, the last year I get to play the sport, I've been playing with them forever, and I think just looking back at that and all the memories that baseball's created, it's awesome to see.
Yeah, met some of my best friends because of baseball, and probably my favorite memories have been outside of baseball with them. Just grabbing dinner with the boys, after a game, or like Carp said, like a carb fest. Those are those are things you don't really forget.
Yeah, or just fun conversations you have while practicing that are, not really related to anything you're doing, but they're still a lot of fun.
Yeah, for me, definitely the relationships you create, and also just the atmosphere at Duke during practice and games, just especially at practice, listening to music, sun's out,
for real.
Taking grounders.
True
that.
Whatnot.
So
So
you guys have a team song that you always listen to before your games?
We have one after that we try and listen to a lot. I know it's called "It's Coming Home," but I don't know. It's fine. It's some British song.
Cut It. We have Cut It.
No.
Nah.
You're good.
What happened to that one?
Nah.
You can't forget about that one.
Me and Trey's year, we had a song called "Milk and Cookies," and I want to bring that song back because it's really funny.
Yes.
It's a good song.
What would you guys say is your favorite childhood memory from playing or practicing baseball?
I would say
Or watching too.
Charlie Gaynor's walk-off home run to Slaughter.
Yeah.
I think it was Lake Forest at Romer. We came back from Cooperstown, and I don't think he got a hit the whole week. And then he comes back in our last game at our home field that we've played so many games at. He hits a walk-off grand slam to slaughter the other team, and it was just really special memory at our last game at the field that we've played so many games at.
Yeah, I mean, my family, I kind of grew up at Romer, so Romer's kind of been my home for a little bit. So I think I'm going to miss playing at Romer and being around that atmosphere. It's just, you can't really compare it to anything. It's just what it is.
Yeah, I think the 12U season is just my favorite year of playing baseball.
Shout out Matt Mateg.
Yeah, I mean, going to Cooperstown, playing at Romer, I mean, those are that's like the pinnacle of childhood baseball in Wilmette. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to miss that. I'm never going to forget about that.
Yeah, I'm just going to piggyback off Ben here. Yeah, Cooperstown's probably the most fun I've ever had in my life. It's awesome down there.
Yeah, or Omaha, honestly. Omaha was really fun
Omaha
as well
was really
the
good
next year.
Yeah, I'm going to have to stick with the rest of the group and say Cooperstown as well. Can't really be beat.
Snapping turtles.
Snapping turtles.
Snapping turtles.
Henrik, explain the snapping turtles for people who don't know.
I don't even remember. Can you guys do it?
Yeah, so we were playing wiffle ball at Cooperstown, and one of the wiffle balls went into like a river type thing, and Henrik went to go get the ball, and he took off his shoes and socks and jumped a fence, and he goes, "Watch out for the snapping turtles."
My accent was pinnacle. So good.
That's fine.
So good.
Okay, next question.
Serious?
All right. What's one thing you need on your plate at the team carbo?
I mean, I feel like we always have cookies.
Yeah, I was going to say cookies.
But, the food's always changed, so. But cookies never. I feel like cookies are always there.
Yeah.
Gotta have
I agree. Universal cookies.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like we always have mac and cheese. It's always really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Fire.
mac and cheese last week was good.
It was really good.
Shout out Ben for hosting.
Yeah, thanks.
Shout out mac
Thanks,
and cheese.
Toppy.
Okay. What are the team's goals for the rest of the season and as you head into playoffs?
I think our biggest goals is to win conference and go to Joliet, which is where the state tournament is, and I think those are like the two biggest goals that we've had for the season.
Yeah.
I think right now we just need to take one game at a time. We don't need to be looking ahead in our schedule. Obviously we all know our end goal, but I feel like during the week it's easy to get caught up in who we're playing on the weekend or who we're playing next week. But if we come ready to play one game and not worry about the others, I think we'll be fine, and I think we'll play new true baseball.
Yeah, I completely agree with Carp. Just obviously we know the end goals. It's just what we do before that, in right now or at practice or at a game. Just winning the day, getting better every single day is the main goal we want.
Yeah. Staying consistent.
Yep. Henrik, anything?
I agree. I don't have anything to add. Just day by day, consistency.
Yep.
Finally, what message do you have for the fans for your next home game today against Maine South?
Pull up.
Slide.
If you come out and support the
Pitching
boys.
is gonna shove. We're
Yeah,
gonna win.
games are fun, for sure. Maybe if we get a little fans, we could get a little roll call going.
Is it a Henrik Shove day today?
Yeah.
I mean,
Potentially.
is the Pope Catholic?
No, he's dead.
He's dead.
Oh.
Henrik.
Well,
Sure. Come on.
all right.
All right. Anyone else has anything to say?
No, we're good. We're good.
What's going to save us from that? That's pretty bad.
And that's all for today. Thank you guys for
Perfect
listening.
note to end on.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for listening in.
Thank you for
Make sure to
having
show
us.
up to the Trevs games in these last few weeks of school. Have a great week.
Thank you guys.
Goodbye.
Lauren.